Hello, Darvas box fans. This is MDB, Modified Darvas box, and it is December 1st, 2024, which means it is time for a monthly chart review. Monthly charts. So many people don't look at monthly charts, and yet many times they tell an entire story separate from the dailies, the weeklies, etc. Monthly charts can give you insight on the big picture as to what's happening in the market. And, sometimes it gives you the insight that the other time frames don't have. So now's the time to do it. It's the end of November, very beginning of December, and we can see what's going on from the monthly point of view. And most notably, sometimes there are actionable signals, trading signals, which shows up on the monthly, which don't show up on the weekly or daily. So that's, if there's any reason for me to sell you on using monthly charts, and you don't have to look at them all month long, but usually near the end of the month, week 4, that's the time to start dusting them off and taking a look and seeing, if anything is developing. So that's why it's time to do it. It's the perfect time for it. It's what time is it? It's 1:48 p.m., 1:49 here on Sunday, and let's get to it. For anybody who has never watched one of my videos before, I am an independent trader investor. I've made my first trade in 1995. I've been around for a long time, but I've developed a unique trading strategy, which is based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvas. I highly suggest you buy it and read it. There is a valid system in the book, but you got to look for it. And most people think it's just a cute read. Oh, it's such a lovely little book. No, man, I believe it's a serious trading system in it. And then I've added over the years, different elements from other strategies. But the whole point is to be able to look at charts and interpret them properly. And now I'm more of a signals trader, and I'm looking for signals on the chart, which tells me to prepare myself and get ready to possibly trade, one direction or another. So that's really the whole point. Develop your system, make it easy, make it clear, so that you're not constantly looking at this or checking at that, or the whole idea is to be consistent. So and what does consistency mean? Well, I draw box ranges on the chart. Box ranges can also be considered bases. And then there are, where's a good example? Then, I look for colors. I use colors on the charts to show different signals, like pink bar right here. That's sort of a potential, sit up and pay attention, but with a slight bearish slant. These oranges are hammer bars right in here. The opposite is called a shooter bar right here. And, different colors. And the interpretation of the colors and the signals has led me to success, and I hope it leads you to success as well. All right, let's start. I've got 6 lists, and we're going to look at go through at least the top 4, and it always starts with indexes because that's really the big picture. And what do we see right here on the very first one? We've got the AMZ, MLPs, and boom, 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 boom. Look at that. That is a valid Darvas box range, and boom, there's the breakout. Something is bullish in oil and gas, and it proves it right there. Now, if we went to the weekly chart, we'd see, you watched my video from yesterday. Yeah, I talked about it. There's the breakout on the weekly, and then we go to the monthly, and there it is. It's confirming. It's a concept called full time frame continuity, where it's bullish on a daily chart. It's bullish on a weekly chart. It's bullish on a monthly chart. It's bullish on a quarterly chart, although I don't have quarterly up. Maybe it's bullish on a yearly chart. When everything is looking bullish like that, you're raising the probabilities of success. When the daily is green and positive, but the weekly and the monthly are red and pointing down, you're not going to have that much success. That's swimming against the tide. You want everything flowing in the same direction. So right here, breakout looks good. RK. I don't recommend investing in Cathie Wood's fund, but if you do, you're finally breathing a sigh of relief. You've actually might have a chance of making some money here. That just shows you how strong the bull market is. We have a box breakout right there on above average volume, barely, but it's on above average volume. Look at that. That is bullish. Amazing. It took, it fell out of bed here at the end of 2021, and it took all that time, and only now is it beginning to go back. It's been a long, a long 3 years, I guess. Oil, BZJ, sideways. See, it did form a box range. I look for it for the low to stick by 2 following bars. So that low there to me is valid. Top of ranges are always easier to see than the bottoms of the range. It takes time to make a box range. Look at this. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months to form a box range. Hey, that's the way it goes. Okay, NASDAQ. Are we in a bull market? Yes, we are. It's pretty damn clear every day we turn the computer on. Now here, I can interpret this box range here. The bull market started. There's your initial signal right there. Went up a little bit, came down, formed a mini box range. And but ever since call it mid-2023, we've been bullish. And it went up, it broke out, kept going higher. Now we had a little bit of a scare month here, but it ended the month with a hammer pattern, which is bullish. The way you trade that, all right, you got the signal. The next month, you buy it when it goes above the trigger line. Now, the thing is with monthly charts, there's 20 days, 20 trading days. So it really pays to wait more toward the end of the month, because this could start out looking one thing, but end up totally different. So that's the argument for waiting till the end of the month to look at these types of charts. Here we had a little hesitation, call it, but man, look at the reaction. More bullishness. Big green. Ethereum, there's a bump. These here grays are inside bars. 2 inside bars. It did get tight. Inside bars means tight range. When there's multiple of them, that's what it means, getting tight. And look at that. Boom. But you have to really love Ethereum to have jumped on it. But there's your signal. Signal, reaction, there's the trigger. See how easy this is? And you don't need to be glued to your screen. At the end of November, you could have said, I really like Ethereum. It's got two inside months in a row. Therefore, if it hits the top, I'm going to buy it. And then you just set your buy stop or, trigger alert, whatever, at your brokerage, set the alert to buy. When it hits, you own it. And look where it is now. It's gone from 20, call this entry, what should we do? The high was 22.92, call it 23. So 23 to 30, that would be 40% gain in a month. Not bad. And you didn't have to sweat the screens or anything. Just sit and let it happen. All right, let's get a move on here. FFTY. Most of these charts are going to be bullish, by the way, because that's just the way the market is. So FFTY, signal, bull, moving higher. China, there's the big reversal signal in China. This faked everybody out. They're on CNBC saying, buy China. Well, if you waited, you saw it actually was a giant sell signal. Not good. Gold. Gold started moving here on a yellow bar buy signal. Broke out of the box, the Darvas box, kept going up. So far, no contrary signals on the monthly. And if there's one thing which I would recommend, it's being consistent. If you buy stocks on a daily chart, then use the daily chart to exit, to evaluate and exit. If you buy stocks on a weekly chart, use the weekly chart to look for signals and to exit. If you buy it on a monthly chart, use the monthly chart and stay long, stay seated, and wait for the monthly chart to give you a signal. Now, that may be hard to do, but it's just a recommendation. But if you took it, you'd still be sitting here, you'd have long-term capital gains, and you'd have made good money, Beat the market. High-yield bonds in a gigantic Darvas box here on the monthly. But look how it's sort of stair-stepping higher, looks bullish. Insurance, moving higher. There's a bullish signal. And what did it do? It futzed around here, but then asserted itself there. All right. Bullish. Bitcoin. We know Bitcoin's bullish on the daily and the weekly. Does this look bullish on the monthly? Yeah, it sure does. Boom. Look at that. Big demand. Software, bullish. Housing, yeah, bullish, but this year was an inside month. So inside bars are inherently 50-50. They can either go to the top or they can go to the bottom. Now, do we want to take 50-50 bets? I'm not a fan of taking 50-50 bets. Why should we? Why not take 80% chance of success bets, 90% chance of success? That to me seems smarter. But 50-50 can go either way. So all we know is just prepare yourself. And the best way you can do that is just set an alert. Just hit the thing, set alert. Now, it's probably, everything else is bullish, so it's probably going to go up, but you never know. What do we got here? Microcaps, breakout. The only difference here is this breakout is on low volume, but it's moving up with the market. I see a yellow bar signal, but you see it's been choppy. It's just not, there's no real huge volume, so this isn't, like a 5-star trade. It's just recognizing that it's going up. IWM, yeah, where's the volume? It's just going up because the market's going up. IYH, oh yeah, healthcare. This one hasn't been doing so hot. But this here's a bullish looking hammer. So if the pullback is done, then we want to buy this at the top of that bar. Easy. And I could draw a new box range here, but like I said, the lows take a while. Since this is just finishing November, what if December crashes and keeps going lower? Well, then it's not ready for a box range. So I'm going to look for this low to hold, and then we'll see what happens. But that's a bullish signal. Transports moving higher. Equal weighted NASDAQ moving higher. QQQs. There's a bullish hammer signal. It did eventually move higher, but boy, it's been a little rough the last couple months, but this month it started asserting itself. RSP, bullish signal there. Hammer time keeps going higher. There's a positive signal there. Even short-term bond rates. Bond market, they went up and they came back down, and we'll see what happens. Semiconductors, a weak area. Look at this. Hammer time. That's a bullish hammer signal. It tried to trigger, but it kept failing. No, we want it. Nah, no, we don't. Yeah, we want it. No, we don't. And so that signal is no longer in effect. What do we see now? Well, I think we can pretty much draw a box range. Now, I draw it based usually on the close, but Darvas himself would use the highs. It's all whatever works best for you. Sometimes I'll use the high, but in this case I'll do it like that. And this is basically sideways motion, but this doesn't look the most bullish. I mean, the market's been going up and this keeps getting rejected. So something's going on here, but volume is low. I see that this has some struggles on the weekly, especially right here, a white bar sell signal, but yeah, we're talking monthly charts, so sideways, nothing too crazy. S&P 500, there's your hammer time. Keeps going up. Signals and reaction to signals. There we go. These are sentiment. We don't need to look at that. What's weak? Well, solar is, the tan. Look at that. Is there a sector which one should short that's doing bad? Hell yeah, this one. Solar. Solar, bad. And with Trump in office and cutting, and Elon and Vivek cutting government expenditures, probably subsidies for solar is probably going to dry up. And no offense, I don't believe in solar. It'd be nice if it worked, but it's just not efficient. It doesn't provide enough. I think, in my opinion, nuclear is the solution. But we let the market decide, and right now the market is saying, yeah, probably not. A lot of selling in this month. TLTs. Well, looky here. We've got a bullish hammer. How about that? After all this stuff that's not bullish, it forms a bullish hammer. And I've got these prior 4 ones all circled because these all failed in some way, shape, or form. Failure, failure to the downside, failure, failure. So we'll see if this one sticks. Interesting. The VIX, look at this. Was threatening higher here and clunk, it's crashed. Markets are a lot less dangerous, or at least that's what it shows. REITs moving a little higher, box breakout. What is that? Housing? Yeah, a little more sideways. XLE, oil and gas. Look at that. That's a box breakout. Volume's a little low, but bullish. Financials. Look at that. Oof, breakout. Bullish. If you manage your portfolio just based on sectors, you can use this to craft a winning portfolio without having to do any work. And you could just sit on it for years. Many ways to win at this game. All right, let's get into list 2, which has box breakout leaders. These are probably all going to be bullish, but you know, we'll take a look. Boom. This one, AAOI. God, look at it. Even on the monthly. Remember I talked about time frame continuity. This is fantastically bullish on the weekly. Box breakout went up, had a little shake and bake here. I sold it like an idiot right here, right before the election. I thought I was smart. No, it turns out I was dumb. Because look what it did then. Blammo, blasted off. That's a huge breakout. And, you know, there's your signal. If you could have stayed long and not done anything dumb with it, you'd be looking at a 4-bagger in 3 months. Affirm. Box breakout looks strong. This company's business model might suck, but right now it's saying it doesn't suck. Or there's something going on. I'm skeptical, but that is bullish. Box breakout here and this one. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. It also broke out here and broke out here. Look at that. You could have bought it at 200 and now it's at 600. What is this? Baker Hughes. Yep. Bullish. Oil. Oil equipment going up. The blonde. Do you like blondes? I like blondes when they look like this. Box breakout. Going higher. The bros. Box breakout. Whoopsie. Going higher. You see this theme? You see how this works? It's on the weekly for bros. Box breakout right here. Do we have confirmation? Yeah, monthly, box breakout. Where's the risk in this? Is it going back down to 30, 35? No, it absolutely is not. This one, CORZ, C-O-R-Z, bullish hammer signal. Look what it's done ever since. Box breakout, higher. Oh yeah, right here. There's your yellow bar signal, very bullish, and a box breakout. Now it did from here go sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had to wait 7 months before it really started powering. But the signal was clear. Signals and reactions. CVNA, look at that, going higher. And a note on volume. You think these buyers in here knew that this was going to be all the way up here? Probably, because otherwise, why would you commit all this money down here and be buy if you didn't think, if you were pessimistic? When you see these tracks of the giants, just sit up and pay attention, because it means something's going to happen down the road. That's good. The problem is after they finish buying here, you had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 months later. So you got to have patience. And most of the time by around here, we're thrown in the towel or we forgot all about it. So another reason to have monthly charts. Deckers, box breakout, volume's low, but hey, you know, volume matters less on the monthly chart than the weekly. Look at this. Geo, boom. First, you signal right here, yellow bar, went up. You had to overcome this one. You probably could have sold right in here, but then, you know, you'd be rebuying it back up here. This one, yellow bar signal, boom, look at that. It's a bull market, baby. This one keeps going higher. Look at this, JP Morgan. Look how many months. You don't have to do a thing. MicroStrategy. Box breakout, boom. NET, net, box breakout. Oracle, yep, same deal. So you see how this pattern keeps repeating again and again and again? Maybe there's something to this. I don't know. PLTR, boom, look at that go up. Now, it closed, PLTR and many other stocks closed at the highs here, have a giant bar. What are we to expect in December? Well, we don't know really what it's going to do. Are they going to keep pushing it higher? Or maybe it has a pullback month in December. I don't know. Nobody knows right now. But we got to allow for the potential, the possibility of a pullback month. But even if it pulled back, let's say to like 55, it would be fine. Or maybe it keeps going higher. None of us know. But you got to, you know, be open-minded. The poet, not much is happening here, but there's an inside month, and then it triggered along the top. So there you go. And it did the same, it did the same thing here. Right there, and right there, and right there. Multiple chances, multiple signals on this one. But you had to believe in it. You have to have conviction. Roblox. Box breakout. But now notice here, a red. Now normally I talk about how when it's green, big green followed by big red, sometimes you got to watch out. And maybe on this one, yeah, you see, maybe you got to watch out. So we'll see what happens on that. This one, no boxes, but it's been moving up. Reddit, look at that. Up, up, up. The last couple months have just been phenomenal. Money pouring into the market. This one, Rocket Lab, started here, broke out, moving up, moving up. I, like a dum-dum, sold it right here. I thought this was a great trade. Well, turns out I blew it. I left money on the table. SE, I own this one. Look at the comeback. It's already done very well from when I bought it earlier this year. But look how high it used to be. It's like, oh my goodness. It has 500 million shares outstanding, 500 times 360. Times 360. It was worth $180 billion. Now it's worth 66. Incredible, huh? Shopify, look at that. Boom. Here's your big signal that something changed. And then there's your breakout. Snow. Big yellow bar buy signal. I'm not a fan of this one, but, looks bullish. Spotify. Breakout right here. And look at that. Who doesn't want to own that? If you can buy right, and then sit tight, you'll make a fortune. But it's easy to say. It's much harder to do. What is that? Square. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. Just poking its head out. Look how high it used to be up here. This one may have some big potential. Tesla had a signal here, but then a contrary reaction, but then came back. But the only thing Tesla, everybody talks about how it's the greatest ever. Volume has been a little low, so I don't know. We'll see. Box breakout. Look at that. Keeps going higher. Walmart. Anybody buy Walmart? Breakout. Look at that. Months. Just sit for months. Okay, let's go to the list 3. We don't want to spend too much time. List 3. This here is stuff that's bullish. So list 2 is textbook leaders. List 3 is stuff that's bullish, but not as textbook as the others. Apple. Apple had a breakout here, but it's sort of slowly going higher. This one right here, I talked about it from the weekly point of view. And I'll mention it real quick when we're done. It's bullish on the monthly, but okay, A-Lab. Boom, boom, boom. It changed around. It went tight here, 2 inside months, and then went down. I actually made some money shorting it here, and then it reversed, and now look, reverse, boom, 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 and it's all the way back. But there's no patterns, and there's no setups, there's no signals. Even if we go to the weekly, there's just not much. There was no huge buy signal down here. Like this here was a bearish bar. And then it just sort of came back, So some of these are tougher when they don't have anything. Oh, look at that. Amazon. Box breakout. Bullish. This one right here, AOSL. I don't have anything boxed up on that. Well, probably I'd put this at something like that. So a potential box breakout, but not the best looking one. But we'll see. Anybody own APP? Breakout here. Now it moved up in here. This bar right here, this blue, boy, shake and bake. It came back to almost all the way to the first bar months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of worth. So most people, if you got shook out, completely understandable. But once people came back to their senses, oh my goodness, look at that. 80 to 336 in 3 months. Incredible. Warren Buffett getting richer. The dude is just the richest, so rich, and he gets rich every day. It's amazing. Caterpillar, cat, look at that. Box breakout moving higher. This needs to be closed off. And Chewy, no real, some signals, but no real structure, no real patterns that I see on here. So, whereas Caterpillar, I would put Cat at a better setup than I would put Chewy. Costco, moving up, look at that. Dash, there's your signal. See how signals just occur everywhere? They're all over the charts. Bullish hammer signal. 4 months up from that. DJT. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Up, and then they fought it here. Now that's interesting because the weekly chart shows the bulls were in charge here, and now they're in 2 consecutive inside bars, which would suggest you buy these on a bullish if they go up. But the monthly shows something a little different, a little contrary. The monthly shows more selling. Isn't that interesting? So what are the odds of this trade working if you bought it, if it starts moving? Well, it might still work, but maybe it might be a tougher trade. That's probably what I'm getting at. ESTC went thunk down, and now it's back to being a bull. I don't understand. I don't think the market knows what to do with that one. This one, up, 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 up. The only signal on this chart is right here. If you'd bought that signal inside month, and then bought it, you'd have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 months of up. Pretty good. This one, GH, I think has a great long-term future. We'll see. It's a yellow bar buy signal with a box breakout, but I don't know. We'll see. GM moving higher. Hood. Yep, signals, but it's all bullish. ML, bullish, bullish, bullish. Look at this one. Big inside month. The range on this from 17 to 28. Pretty big. So how do you trade this? Trade the edges. This one, RGTI, another quantum box breakout. So if you're long, you should be excited. And maybe this one's got a future here. Maybe it goes to 6. Maybe it goes back up to the high as a 10. I don't know. But put this one on your list because look at the volume here. Rivian, not much happening. This could be a box, but it needs a couple more months. A couple more bars. What do we got here? Oh, the root. Yeah, I have some root. Interesting. Box breakout with an inside. But look at all this green volume. I love it. Green, green, green. Big, 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 big. Green means the big boys and big girls are liking it. What do we got? VRT. Hammer time. Higher. All right, look at one more list, and then we'll wrap. And that's the bearish ones. There weren't on the weekend review. All these lists are from the weekend review on weekly. So these are the only ones I found with issues. AMD, sideways, pink bar signal, and it just really can't get out of its own way here. And it's got it's slanted towards down. I'm actually short some of this right now, but I'm only up like about 30 cents. So that may change in a heartbeat, but it is tilted to the downside, so we'll see. Arm, breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback. So it's struggling with this $140 level, but no other real big signals. This one, breakout, but ooh, look at the selling. Something's gone wrong here. This one, ASTS. There's your buy signal. It went up. 2 inside in a row and came down, but didn't stick on the trigger. But it's sort of hanging in there. Not time to do a box because I need this low to hold. Sell H, oof, white bar, look at that, just down, down, red, red, red. Coin, no real structures there. Crocs, that's negative. Dell had a bullish signal here, but it had bearish signals up in here. And this is a potentially bearish signal, so we'll see. GME, it looks okay, but nothing's sticking out. Only these two volumes, and there hasn't been any big red volume, so yeah, I'd say this still has potential. Whoopsie. Google, sideways, nothing happening. Lockheed, ooh, pink bar, sell signal, and then, yeah, it confirmed down. So Micron, but with a downward tilt, like semiconductors. NVIDIA, box breakout, low volume, sort of struggling, but still up. It's not going up like it used to. Last big green volume here, and look, low, 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 low. Volume keeps dropping, so we'll see. Qualcomm, I'm short this one. This here is a bearish shooter bar, and it's at the low of a box. Gee, again, there's that semiconductor theme. Ferrari, oh, that's bearish because it broke the box level. Basically, if you had bought this breakout, you'd want to sell it now. Oof, Stinger. Pink bar warning, and look at it, triggered to the downside. Not good. This one, white bar sell signal. Woof. Tough one. The Zeta, yep, had problems. Pink bar, big volume. And lastly, the Zim. All sorts of signals in here, but look at this. Red, red, red. And now this is a bearish shooter bar. So pretty obvious on these ones. No huge signals, but pretty much everything is still bullish. But if things turn, they'll show up on the monthly charts. And let's see, any other interesting ones we might want to look at on the watching list? Oh, let's look at Kava. Well, ANET. Look at that. Up, 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 up. And now, interesting. Avago, Broadcom, Kava. That's a bearish shooter bar. Now, this has had a fantastic run. Whoopsie. This had a fantastic run, but now this is a warning signal. This does not mean if you own it that you immediately have to sell it, but you might want to prepare yourself. Where's your number? Around 130 bucks. We'll put an alert there, and we'll see what happens. And if you did sell it at 130, you bought it somewhere down here, great trade. That would be just considered a phenomenal trade. But most of these other ones are just, ELF. There's just not a lot of signals. ENPH, see, there's that breakdown. So I'll encourage you just to look at stocks on a monthly chart, and it may help you in your trading. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.